Yo, what is going on, everyone? It is Artorius here with another Ark Dinotopia map update video for you guys to kind of get you going on the new stuff that has been brought into the server. So let's take a look at it. So first of all, we will go over a pretty big change. It was first brought to my attention a couple months ago when I was doing all custom spawns, that a lot of people wanted to run mods such as Monster Hunter, Extinction Core, Enoki, stuff like that, total overhauls on my map. And with my actually having custom dino spawns, it's just not possible. Well, I have since backtracked and redid the spawns a different way, and now, as you can see, this is of course in single player mode. I have both the Monster Hunter as well as the Extinction Core mods turned on, and the reason why I have these turned on is so that you guys can kind of see that, yeah, both of them are working, everything looks good. All that stuff's working. So now we got that cleared up, that both of those work, we can continue on. So let's actually talk about the new resources I have added to the map. So first of all, we'll go with spawn. So some of the newest things I have added here is I've added a couple Scorched Earth dinos to the map. For example, these lovely spiny lizards here have been added to the jungle spawns. I apologize for the fact that stuff's still rendering in. Anytime you're running around in Spectator, it kind of takes a minute to pick up where you're at. So, in addition to that, I've also added, we're going to fly really quickly over here. And yes, there they are. I have added the oil bug from Scorched Earth as well to the jungle spawns, and this will kind of help players that really don't want to do that whole deep dive bit and going in there and trying to get oil from the ocean. Now on over here to the Redwoods, besides the lovely ambience that's now playing, I have added the Precoptrian. So you're going to see lots more kangaroos over here, as well as, if I can find one, they are kind of shifty, the desert moths. I seen one here earlier. I don't remember specifically where I seen it. Then again, those things get picked off so quickly. I will look into that and see if I can find one for you. I do know they spawn. I seen it on the ACM that they were spawning. So I was just getting out there and finding them, I suppose. Perhaps I will turn them up higher. We should get a lot more of them. Maybe turn down the pterodons in this area and turn them up instead. And then over here in the savannah, I've added more Precoptrians, and then I've added sabers and a couple pacers here and there. Granted, now the pacers and the sabers and stuff like that are turned down a little bit lower, and that's to prevent a lot of hurting or spamming, killing players right off. So that would be all of the dinos that I've recently added in. And I will continue to add stuff in. Please feel free to send me suggestions. Go, hey, Art, I think the Savannah should have this, or I don't think, the Redwoods should have this, or the jungle shouldn't have this. I always take what people have to say into consideration. So let's actually, to do the next part here, let's actually disable my spectator. right in front of my face. There we go. So we're gonna spawn in south 3. All right, right on, right where I wanted to go. Okay, so one of the things I've added for the resources is these little cactus plants. Now I've added these plants, and they will give you cactus sap, so that'll definitely help with you starting out on your adventures to get some of that Scorched Earth Dino stuff, as well as there's one over here I'd like to show. If I can get over here without getting killed. So these lovely, wonderful gray mounds that my material decided not to stick with, which will definitely be a hot fix here in the next day or two. And that would be... these are actually what dunes of sand. So you can actually come up, harvest them just like you would fiber or plants, and they give you sand. Now it's not always guaranteed that you will get sand from them, but generally I get a decent amount of sand from each one. With this as well, if you try to harvest it with, say, a Bronto or a Trike or anything like that, it will not give you anything. I've specifically set that up so that you don't, it's not something that someone can come in and use a tool and just mass harvest this stuff really quickly. So it's only a hand pickup for now, and will probably continue to only be a hand pickup, except for the stones that we're going to have in the desert biome. Of course, those will give you some stuff. So what else? Well, I was actually going to wait a little bit later to show you this, but I'll go ahead and show you now since it's a good opportunity to show you. Let me turn off my music here. I have added a new combat sound. So now that we're in combat, that's the sound that we'll hear. And it kind of breaks up the monotony of that horrible combat music that we hear all the time. It's not as like ooh-ah dramatic. I do get that, but it's not like shatter my eardrums either. So for the last Scorched Earth asset that I've put in, we're going to go back to Spectator here. We're going to go up here to the mountains, and you'll see these lovely flowers. Let me find a batch of them. There they are. These heather flowers will give you silk for use with the whole taming, or I'm sorry, not taming, the saddles, because some of them require silk. So it's definitely a way to get it. And I think that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and do a quick looking ahead bit. So looking ahead in the next day or two, I would like to finish this area down here up. Just going to be like a lot of waterfalls. Just continuing with this kind of whole deciduous forest feel. As you can see, there's some more stuff from Extinction Core. As soon as I get this area done, I'll be placing a cave somewhere around in here. And then I will be wrapping this lovely savanna. We'll continue to wrap all the way around to this side over here. So that'll definitely be something that I can finish out the savanna and move on to a new biome. Now the savanna will continue down this way just for a little bit farther, just about to the other side of this rock area here. So kind of in this area here is where the rest of the savanna is going to end. And with that, that'll then give way to large forest areas. So this whole area is going to be just a huge forest. I'm going to maybe do like a wetland swamp somewhere over here. But huge forests and stuff like that, and it's definitely going to get us started moving towards the desert, because that's where everyone's super excited to go. Now, I will be out of town next week due to circumstances that are outside my capabilities to possibly bring my computer with me to work on it. So for the next week, you won't see me on or doing much, but I hope to be the following week being right back at it, kind of full blazing, and definitely try to pick up on the where I've left off. And I think that's honestly pretty much everything. Quick shout out to Bastet. He's a member of my Discord. I was kind of jumping around asking for ideas in regards to what I was going to use as a sand and where I was going to put it. I was looking at rocks and stuff like that, and he's like, why don't you just make mounds of sand and put it on the beach? So excellent idea. So definitely a shout out to him. Appreciate the ideas. And that's just one example of ideas that players bring to me that I will try to and will continue to implement in my map if all possible. So do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. I am looking for a few ideas. I've got 2 copies of Ark as well as 2 copies of Scorched Earth that I would like to do a giveaway or a raffle of some sort. So if you got any ideas about that, please feel free to get a hold of me on that end. I honestly think we've got everything covered. So breathe deep, seek peace, and I'm out.